Shalom, our dear friend, and welcome to number 56, is it? Our sessions, and it is two parasha, Vaikal and Pekodei, that they, most of the time they come together. For these 2 weeks, they've been separated, and we did not talk about it last week, so we're going to talk about it today. One is about building the Mishkan, and the other one is about putting that together. So, as you will see, Mishkan is a place of love that we build, and to Hashem to come and live with us. And so the name of this session is going to be House of Love. And we want to see, what does it take? What is the fundamental aspect and the requirement to build House of Love? And I dedicate that to my amazing wife, Nahid, that she has built a house of love for us, and to another person that I think she should be a role model for all the people who are dating and getting married. My niece, Leah was Talasazan, not Ivri, and we dedicate to you two women, and I want to especially talk about Leah as we go down to make the comparison between what Parasha says, an amazing woman, how she should be. So to start with, God does not say, build an amazing house for me to come and live in the house. Because my dear friends, whatever is physical is created, and one day it ends. If you want something eternal, it has to be something more than physical. So God says, yes, build a beautiful house, but for me to come and live with you, I want to be with you. It's not about a house. And how many marriages and dates we know that people discuss, where do we live? What kind of house is going to be? And the first question of dating, it should be that, am I dating this beautiful person with a beautiful neshama? Or am I dating the house that we are living in? But of course the house is needed. We all are also physical. We need to have a place. So that's why we need to build a house. So what's the foundation of the house? It says that everyone gives half a shekel. No one can give more, no one can give less. Imagine a marriage, a house which is built on, I'm not higher than you, I'm not superior than you. We're coming together. Each of us are half a soul, that we're coming together to build the Beit Ne'eman B'Israel. And how beautiful it is that two people coming together to share their whole being together, with one not being superior than the other. Half a shekel, each of you to pay. And there's a price to pay. I have friends of my age, friends with S at the end, who are not married yet. Why? Because of something they didn't like, something that they have to give up. And Torah says, my dear friend, the first thing that you need to build, the foundation of the Mishkan, you have to pay something. You cannot want to get married and not to pay a price. In real estate, we buy a building. If a building is $1 million, you pay the price of $1 million. You don't have the $1 million anymore, but you have the house. You have the property that you want. One of the problems, these misconceptions of our young people, is that they want to have the house, they want to have the real estate, but they don't want to pay the price. You pay the price. And so Hashem comes to say, you have to pay something. You cannot, no one can be part of a Mishkan and don't pay. You have to pay. Okay, you pay, but when you come inside, everything inside the house, what is Torah keeps saying over and over and over and over, lev. You only, once you come inside the house, when you live together, it's all about love. It only says whatever you bring in, I want it to be with your love. If it's not your love, then don't do that. Imagine two people coming together and they want to bring everything with love. You want to do that with your heart. What kind of life is going to be? That you say, oh my gosh, I have to live with this person. Oh my gosh, I have to do this too. Imagine that the other way, that you give it love. You love to do that. What kind of house are you building? One of the things, interestingly, that Torah puts so much emphasis on is that Hashem wants the mirror the woman used to beautify themselves, to be part of this Beit HaMikdash, the Mishkan that we want to build. And Moshe is puzzled, he doesn't understand it. But Hashem says, cool down, you're too religious, Moshe. You know what keeps the marriage together? It's the passion between a man and woman. It's about a woman making herself more beautiful. And that's what I want. But those mirrors that they use is not like other mirrors. This mirror, what's the purpose of a mirror? The purpose of a mirror, you see yourself in it. It's all about me. Anyone who looks at a mirror is used to see, how do I look? And that's one aspect of the mirror that the women use to make themselves more beautiful. But Midrash goes on with a lot of details, saying that they brought the mirrors and they showed their husband, look, you and I together in the mirror. They went above selfish thing, and they included the other person in the mirror of what they see. What the woman saw, not just only themselves, brought the husband into that mirror. And what did they say to the husband? The remedy, the thing the husband needed to hear, they said to the husband. What was the slavery of Egypt? It wasn't just taking your body and destroy your body. It was destroying the morality of every man. That you're nothing and nobody. Even a lot of buildings that they build, they said, no, demolish that. Because they wanted to say you're a worthless piece of nothing. And what did the woman do? By showing the mirror, they said, look how beautiful I look in this mirror next to you. And it's because of you. You have made me so beautiful. And how happy I am to be in this house with you. And Hashem says, this is what I want to be the Mishkan. And I want not only a man and a woman to say that, I want every Jew in this heart, in your heart, as you build the Mishkan for me to come. I want to hear that every person to say, Hashem, how great are you? How glorified are you? You have created me. See how happy I am to be with you, Hashem. And that's what's the pinnacle of a Mishkan. And so this week we see the reckoning, the putting of the together, and Bnei Israel come to Moshe, it's too heavy, we cannot do that. There are times in life that things are heavy, and we cannot do that. And then we say, Hashem to help us, and Hashem comes to lift this up. So you don't need to plan everything. You know, so many people tell me, oh, we don't have this, we haven't worked it out. And I say, my dear friends, you are not going on retirement. You're going on a marriage. You're going to build it together. But everyone wants everything to have worked out. Everything is there. Like you're going on a retirement. No, you roll up your sleeve. And there's going to be a lot of heavy lifting. And there are going to be times that we say, Hashem, I can't do it. And Hashem come. Hashem will come. Hashem will help. And then the Torah ends. The book of Bereshit, the Shemot ends. What do you say? It is probably the most important book of all Torah. It is about Jews coming in slavery, finding Hashem, receiving Torah, building the Mishkan, and on the way going to promised land. So how would you end the book? I want you to really stop the tape right now, and I want you to think, how would I end the book? And it ends with a fascinating thing. It says, and the glory of Hashem came and resided inside the Mishkan. And there was a cloud on the Mishkan during the day, and there was a fire at night. And that was the journey of the Jews. And it ends with the journey. So it's talking to you and I, my dear friends, that our life is a journey. In our life there is night, which symbolizes difficulties, and there are days which are light and everything is clear, the good times in life. And what is Torah is saying? Hashem says, I've created life. I'm telling you that at night when you're so dark and you don't know anything about you and you're confused, look for the light. There's a fire at night that is following you. And if you look for that fire, I promise you that you will find the light. And then through the light, you will push away the darkness. And that will be your remedy for the difficult time. And it says, during the day when everything is so good and lovey-dovey, there is going to be clouds. And clouds will come on your way that that reduces the light, and you don't know what to do. But that is the thing that you need to wait, and don't get so worried because clouds go away. Clouds are not there forever. Don't make a mistake based on cloud. Wait, cloud will go away, and happy, wonderful days will come. So I know my wife absolutely does not like me to talk about her. So I'm going to talk about my niece, Leah. Leah Talasazan, and now Leah Yerbi, she is. And why I love her, of course she's my niece, I love her, but I want to tell you something great about her. And first I want to tell you a story of Ari Levin. Ari Levin is one of the greatest men of our generation. When he got married and he went to the room with his wife, and it's a custom is that when the man goes in the room with the wife, gives a gift, jewelry or something of a value. And he said to her, my dear, I'm sorry, I have no money, I'm broke. So I cannot give you a gift. What I'm going to give you, and I promise you for the rest of my life, I always give it to you, is that if you have any arguments, whatever you say, I will completely agree. And that will be the gift I'm giving to you now for the rest of my life. And the wife cried. Wife Ari Levin cried, and she said, my dear, I promise you the same thing to you. And that's how they started their life. So who are the children that come out of house of love like this? Their daughter married Eliashib, that is one of the most important and prominent leader of our generation. When the house is built of love, then greater love come out of it. I remember the day that Shabbat, I was going to synagogue and I run into Leah. I said, Leah John, what's happening in your life? And she said, John, I met this amazing guy. I said, but there's a but. What is a but? He said, he's political. He has great aspiration to change the world. And I don't know anything about politics. And I said, and what are you going to do about it? This is her greatness. And this is why I dedicate this class to her. Because she didn't say, that's not my way. I don't like it. I'm not going to out of my way. She said, I'm going to go out of my way. And I'm going to learn everything there is to know about politics. And I will be there for him. And a week ago, I saw her and I said, how are you doing with all these things? He's dedicating so much of his time, Sam, to these political things and his job, his family. So I know it's so hard, but I love it because I love him and I love to be part of his life and do everything I can. And so for this reason, we dedicate this talk to Leah Yerbi and to every other person in our community that is willing to go out of your way and build a house of love. Have a great week.